Welcome, everybody. Just spilled water all over myself. Um, yeah, welcome. As you can see, I'm in the grass today. Um, hmm, let's start out with some nice deep breaths and an invitation if you're in a place where you can make sound to hum with your mouth closed. I've explained this before, but it can be a really fast, easy way to ground yourself and feel a connection to your body because you can feel the humming in your head. And it also, as I've said before, releases nitric oxide, the laughing gas, in very low amounts, obviously, through your nose, or the humming in your nose creates nitric oxide. So there's this pretty profound, I find it pretty profound, calming effect. So I use this all the time as soon as I start to feel ungrounded or disconnected from my body. And then I'll also use it at the beginning of meditation just to um, drop in more quickly. So the invitation is to breathe in through your nose and breathe down into your belly. So if you put your hand on your belly right now, when you breathe in, your belly should push outwards, and when you breathe out, hand or belly moves backwards towards the spine. So we're doing diaphragmatic breathing, which is also calming for the nervous system. And and then on the out breath, you're going to close your mouth and hum through your nose. So we're going to do around 10 breaths. I'm going to mute myself because I want you to hear your own sound. And if you're unable, if you're in like a workspace or a public space and you can't hum, what I would encourage you to do is breathe out slowly through your mouth with pursed lips. So like this. So we'll do a round of about 10 breaths like this, and then we'll pause and we're going to add something on to this breathing exercise. Again, all with the intention of dropping into the moment as quickly as possible and coming into the now, coming into your body, just as it is. All right. So I'm going to mute myself. And for those of you that can, we're breathing through the nose, breathing out through the nose with mouth closed, making the humming sound. Mm. And really feel the vibration in your nose and in your head, wherever you feel it. So, eyes will be closed if you're comfortable with that. If it feels better to keep eyes open, that's fine. I would just encourage you to look at something neutral rather than me. Um, to stay present with your own experience. Looking at me or anything moving is going to draw you out of your own experience. Those of you that can't make sound or that just doesn't resonate with you today, the encouragement would be to breathe in through the nose and slowly through the mouth out. And both are going to be the diaphragmatic breathing, where we're breathing down deep into the belly. Belly expands with the in breath, and belly button moves back towards the spine with the out breath. So, whenever you're ready, just at your own pace, you don't have to count the breaths. I'll just come in about 10 breaths. Do a few more breaths, how you've been doing them, but tune into not only the vibration, but the feeling of your face and your shoulders softening with each out breath. A few more breaths. Even though you're breathing out through your nose, if you're doing the humming, let your jaw drop. So, either way, let your jaw drop. Allowing your breath to find its own rhythm. And now just noticing what it's like to be here in your body. Feel the breath, feel the body. Tune into the experience of being in your body in this moment. Just start noticing sensation. For example, I'm noticing my feet feel a little bit numb, feeling some tightness in my jaw, feeling my neck leaned forward. Just kind of seeing where your attention's drawn in the body and seeing if you can bring this curiosity about what's going on in there today. The idea is not to calm the body or create something or get rid of anything. The idea is actually to notice what's already here right now in this very moment. So let's practice in this way, just noticing the body, bringing awareness. And if there are challenging or uncomfortable sensations, using the breath, imagining that you can direct your breath into any part of your body that you need to, giving it space, giving it nurturing, giving it a sense of allowing and your own your own presence, your own witnessing, watching sensation, being with it, bringing whatever ways you need in this moment to nurture and care for yourself, whether that be a hand on the heart or a hand on any part of your body that needs some extra kindness today, some extra nurturing. Noticing when the mind pulls you away from the body, and just gently noting that, seeing it, and with kindness, bringing yourself back to your own body, back to your own breath. Listening to and attuning to your own body. If you're getting a message from your body that it's exhausted and it wants to lie down, listen, respond, lie down. If you're getting a message from your body that it needs to cry or move, listen to your body and respond. So, also within the realm of witnessing, being with your own body today, is the realm of the various senses. So, tuning in to hearing, to listening, seeing what's here right now. Maybe listening to sounds in your own body or sounds around you. And this is a practice of welcoming everything. So, if you notice that if there are maybe loud sounds around you or at your home, noticing if the body has a reaction. Maybe it tenses, maybe it doesn't, and seeing if you can welcome not just the sound, but any reaction to the sound, if there is one. Might be birds, and you might notice your body relaxing. And just seeing if you can allow the sound to come and allow your body to respond if it's responding, and seeing if you can welcome it all. And that's including the things that we normally wouldn't think that we're supposed to welcome. This is a practice of welcoming everything. So you might hear a certain sound, maybe today in this meditation or at another point when you're sitting. And the idea is to see if you can welcome irritation, if you can become sort of a inner explorer of like, oh, huh, there's some irritation. What does that feel like in my body? We're so used to reacting when we feel something uncomfortable. So this is a chance to get curious and see if you can just Get curious enough and stay with enough that you can watch sensations move and shift. Get curious about both the ones that you like and the ones that you don't like. What does it feel like to be irritated or angry or sad? What is it like in the body? What is it like to feel happy in the body? Whatever's here today. You don't have to create anything. Shifting your awareness to the sense of touch and temperature, aware of the clothes on your skin, temperature in various parts of your body, and any pressure of your body against furniture or ground. Tuning into the sensation of touch. Shifting your awareness to bring in the sensation of taste. So, noticing if there's a taste in your mouth, being with the inside of your mouth, and then smell. Noticing if you can detect any smells in your space. And if not, just noticing the neutrality of a lack of significant smell. Expanding your awareness now to sight. So if your eyes are closed, watching the patterns of light and dark behind your eyelids. If your eyes are open, allowing the gaze to be nice and soft, and just taking in colors and shapes. You don't need to look around, just seeing what's in your direct vision if your eyes are open. They're closed, watching the play of light and dark. And then expanding your awareness again to include emotion. Maybe you already detected emotion when you were paying attention to your body. Emotions are simply sensations in the body that we've given names to. Or maybe there's not an awareness of where an emotion is in the body. Or maybe there's a neutrality today, or a numbness, or a lack of emotion. So just seeing if you, again, can bring this kind curiosity, sitting back and just seeing what's in my emotional being today, what's here today. Maybe there's words, maybe there's not. Maybe there's many different layers of emotion that are all jumbled up together. And you don't need to use your brain or your head to figure it out. It's more about feeling into the emotion. What does it feel like in the body? If it is a tangled mess, what what visuals do you get? What sensations in the body arise? You don't have to figure anything out. Really, the intention here is more about bringing an attitude of welcoming to what is already here in your experience, what you brought in today, whatever you're already sitting with. And again, sometimes we get confused and think that we need to be all calm and zen and peaceful when we're meditating, and it's just not true. Meditating is about bringing awareness to what is. It's about bringing mindful compassion to what is already here, what's already happening. So see if you can do that. And there may be resistance. There may be a sense of, I don't want to do that. And so without pushing past anything, seeing if you can welcome in resistance as well, be with resistance. What is it like in the body? Tune into your emotional being. Just see what's here. All is welcome. Again, a particular emotion or a particular emotion showing up in the body may need some extra nurturing or comfort. It may be hard to observe or sit with or witness. And what I found with emotions is when we're meeting them with sort of a cold awareness, cold witnessing, it can feel too raw and painful. Or if we're meeting them with criticism or judgment, that can also feel far too painful and even re traumatizing. So, bringing a lot of awareness to any judgmental parts, any self critical parts, seeing if you can notice them, welcome them in, and also bring some sense of compassion towards yourself, some sense of nurturing. And above all, always trust what feels like your comfort zone, with maybe a little bit of wiggle room around the edges of like going into uncomfortable territory. And if it gets to be too much, coming back into a space that feels where you're able to stay present with loving awareness. But if the mind is spinning off into judgment or self criticism, then simply putting your hand on your heart, breathing in a sense of loving awareness, maybe picturing someone or something, a plant or an animal, person who's been loving towards you, and breathing in their loving kindness. It's really okay to need that support and to use your imagination to bring it into your awareness. So it's not about sitting with raw, vulnerable emotions with a sense of coldness or detachment. I feel like some spiritual traditions sort of encourage that, and it's never worked for me. It's always felt too harsh. So for me, in order to not jump over my emotions, in order to actually allow them to move through, to be with them, which in my experience is what allows them to transform, is when we simply can be with and witness in a loving way. And that's the key. As we're learning how to be loving with ourselves, we may need the support of others, friends, family, therapist. So if this feels like too much, go back to your breath. Go back to the steadiness of the breath. Use the breath as an anchor, as a way to ground in the present moment. It's not about forcing yourself to be with something that feels overwhelming. Mm. And at any point, if you feel like you're getting disconnected from the body, stand up or open your eyes or do the humming that we did in the beginning. And now, the trickiest layer of all, the layer of the mind. So, here, the invitation is to watch your own mind. This can be really useful and very tricky. The mind can be very grabby and very insistent and when we're first learning how to meditate, especially having awareness of thoughts is, I think, one of the trickiest things because the thoughts try to convince you that they're totally real and they pull you into a story. So for me, the trick is using something that's going to help me stay connected to my breath and my body as I am learning how to witness thoughts. So it's almost like a going back and forth. It's like, oh, I'll see that I'm thinking about this, or this thought is running, this story is running. I'll see it. It's not bad. This is what the mind does. It's very normal. I'll notice it. Oh, I'm thinking about this. Then I come back to my breath, or maybe I come back to my breath with the feeling of my hand on my chest or my belly. So if you're beginning in meditation, more body, more body cues to help you stay grounded in the present moment because those thoughts, they can get pretty sneaky and tricky and pull you out. And thoughts, again, are not bad. So just like with all the other phenomena, the invitation here is to welcome what's here. And this can be very useful if you have been maybe running away from certain thoughts, to just let yourself settle and see what's already here. See what's coming up repetitively in the mind and see if judgment comes in. See if shame comes in. See what the reaction is, and then see if you can welcome that too. And again, be really gentle and easy with yourself. This is a pretty advanced practice, watching the thoughts. So, aware of the thoughts. Maybe you get into a story, get wrapped up in it. You're thinking, you're planning. You see that. Maybe you notice judgment. Release the judgment and come back to the next breath. Then begin observing, thinking again. What's going on in there? Back to the breath. So it's like this back and forth, breath, thinking. Let's try that together just for a short amount of time. Coming back to the breath, noticing how the breath feels as it moves through your body, from the nose, down the throat, chest, belly, back out again. Following the pathway of the breath, the sensations as you breathe in and out. And we'll take the last several minutes of our practice together to do a loving kindness practice. And so take a moment to feel into your own world, something that's going on with you, or maybe someone you really care about, be an animal that you really care about. And ask yourself what is needed most here. Maybe it's a wish for health if you've been struggling with health issues, or maybe it's a desire for your child or grandchild to be happy. Or maybe there's been a lot of struggle in your own life and there's a desire to feel more ease in your life. So, feeling into what's most needed right now, either for you or someone you love. And then formulate that into a phrase that's simple. So, it may look like, may I live with ease, or may I be safe, may I be happy, may I be healthy. Or for another being, may you be healthy, may you have freedom, whatever it is, feeling into that. And then thinking of someone, a person or an animal that feels very easy to care about, to love, very easy. And if it's not somebody in your direct life, then maybe a spiritual figure that you feel a lot of devotion to or openness to, or an animal, or even a tree that you feel a sense of connection to. And picture this being in front of you and offer them your phrase of loving kindness, whatever it is that you've come up with. One phrase, say it out loud or inwardly. Offer this being that phrase. May you live with ease. Whatever it is, offer it 5 times. Now, picturing a teacher or a mentor or someone you look up to, again, could be a spiritual figure, someone who you feel gratitude towards, could be a family member who you've learned a lot from on your journey, and offer them your phrase of loving kindness. May you be happy. May you live with ease. Whatever your phrase is, offer it 5 times to this being, seeing them in your mind's eye in front of you, receiving your wishes. Now, if you had pictured a specific being when you were thinking of your intention or your loving kindness phrase, picture that being and offer them your wishes 5 times. And if you didn't have a specific being in mind or it was about you, offer yourself that phrase. So it could look like, may you live with ease, or may I live with ease, or whatever your phrase is, 5 times. Now, even if you've been offering yourself that phrase just now, I want you to shift to offering yourself again that same phrase. So, imagining that you can breathe in these wishes into your own being and offer this loving kindness to yourself 5 times. Now, picturing someone who is a neutral person. So, somebody you don't know very well, maybe someone at the bank or the grocery store, cashier, and offer them your phrase of loving kindness, picturing them in front of you. Now, shifting to someone who you're having difficulty with in your own life and noticing any resistance to offering them loving kindness and feeling it in your body, and yet still offering the phrase that you have been offering others, imagining that they are going through their own suffering. Doesn't mean you need to let them into your life, doesn't mean that you need to not be upset with them if there's difficulty there. It just means you're offering them a wish for this same kindness in their own difficulties. So offer your challenging person this phrase of loving kindness 5 times. And I'm just wanting to name for those of you that need to get going. It's 12:46. We're going a little bit over. For those of you that can stay, invite you into 3 ohms with me. Remembering that if you're in a place you can't make sound, just imagining the sound of Om in your mind's eye, feeling the vibration or imagining it. If you are making sound, it's not about the tone or the exact sound, it's about feeling the vibration of this sacred mantra in your body, in your head, in your being. So breathing in, Om. 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 May the fruits of our practice today spread outwards in all directions, helping to end the suffering of all beings everywhere, including our own. Hmm. Bow to the essence in you, to the essence of you that is love, the essence in me. May we see each other as the beings of light, made of love as we truly are. May we see past all of the human messiness to see the essence of who we truly are. Hmm. Thanks for being with us today.